I got suspended for 3 days from my school, and I have 45 days of OC.
One thing that I've learned while being a commentary style opinionated content creator is that most of your viewers crave the unpopular opinion. Hot takes, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that I've learned a lot about being a content creator, is that if your opinions aren't hot takes or the unpopular opinion, then you automatically get labeled as a fence sitter. And it's one of the most frustrating things of all time. And I've kind of made a video talking about this on my TikTok channel before, but I wanted to make a YouTube video about this because, like, I really just have so much more things to elaborate on that really just frustrates me with the, like, cold grass is green take. You see, because something you have to realize about commentary style YouTubers or yapping content creators is that there are a lot of them, and we all have opinions that are relatively the same. And when people see essentially the same fucking person saying the exact same opinion over a situation or subject over and over and over again, eventually there's gonna be a lot of people that want to hear the differing opinion, which is natural. I mean, if you've ever interacted with the internet before, you know that the internet has a really, really big switch up problem. We find something, we love it and love it and love it and love it, but then we love it so much that eventually we all end up hating on it and switching up on it. So understandably, it's kind of natural for a lot of people to crave the unpopular or hot take, boiling hot take, right? But something that I think a lot of people are failing to realize about hot takes or unpopular opinions is that they're unpopular for a fucking reason. Like, there's a reason why there's not that many people out there that have the opinion that you're craving for somebody to speak about. Like, there's a reason why there aren't people coming out and being like, well, I actually think that Fritos are the best potato chip, because it'd be a fucking lie. Like, that's just rage bait. You do not believe that at all. Yet, despite all that, if you aren't having opinions on subjects that maybe 2% of people share, then you all of a sudden get viewed as, you only have generic grass is green, like cold water, lukewarm takes. Like, these idiotic, dick-brained Neanderthals are the reason why there's an instruction label on pencil boxes. Because it's just like, how are you this goddamn stupid? Because let's just say alligators started molesting people, and everybody was coming out and being like, you know what, maybe we should try to contain that and solve that, you know what I mean? Are you trying to tell me that in order for me not to be labeled as the lukewarm take master, fence sitter supreme leader himself, am I supposed to come out in a video and be like, well, maybe they're just horny? You know, let nature just run its course. I mean, it's not a big deal. No. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I genuinely think if 9/11 were to happen tomorrow, and I were to come out and be like, yeah, this is horrible, this is tragic, and this is bad, there would be like at least 100 motherfuckers in the comment section being like, this is such a lukewarm take. Like, what the fuck do you want from me? Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? Maybe the terrorists were just trying to do a barrel roll. Like, fuck out of here. This is why I hate the term fence sitter so goddamn much, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. And don't get me wrong, I do recognize that there are real fence sitters out there, okay? I'm not denying that. However, a lot of people will see somebody just having the morally correct opinion and then tell them that they're a fence sitter. Like, no, they're not. Like, I don't think you genuinely understand how infuriating it is when you're making a video condemning racism, murder, or like pedophilia, and there's gonna be somebody in there that's gonna be like, this is such a lukewarm, cold take. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, seriously. Like, I'd understand saying this for, like, an unserious topic. Like, okay, like, anime or whatever, you want to call someone a fence sitter or it being a very cold, generic take, sure. But when we're talking about some real serious shit, please shut the fuck up. Like, of course I'm gonna have the morally correct opinion because I have fucking morals, you weirdo. Like, you see this happen all the time because so many people tend to blur the lines from serious to unserious topics. And the reason why I'm talking about this in the first place is because this is the single biggest criticism that every single commentary style yapping content creator ever gets. We never have an original opinion. Well, guess what, you guys? This is gonna sound really shocking, and I know, so bear with me. There is no such thing as an original opinion. Name any opinion out there that one person only has and nobody else that doesn't exist. Like, saying an original opinion is like saying having an original thought. That's not a fucking thing. Like, you're trying to tell me out of the billions to trillions of motherfuckers that have lived throughout history, you are the only person to have that opinion. Like, get the fuck. And it's so funny too, because people that say shit like that are huge hypocrites, because they're only saying that when you have an opinion that they disagree with. Because think about it, you guys. They're not gonna call your take a fence-sitting centrist stance take if they also agree with it. So they're only gonna say that your opinions are lukewarm or flaccid because they don't agree with it. Because as soon as your opinion on something becomes the popular, everyone agrees with opinion, all of a sudden, your opinion becomes lukewarm as well. So in my opinion, it is inherently hypocritical to call someone's opinion lukewarm or generic. And it's so frustrating with how the internet works, because the way that the internet works is that as soon as you have an opinion on something that is kind of centrist in any way, all of a sudden people are gonna run with that and they're gonna call you a fence sitter. Moist Critical, or Penguin Zero, if that's what you want to call him, is the perfect example of this. That dude gets shit on and hated on constantly for being a fence sitter, when in reality, if you've seen some of his takes, he is anything but a fence sitter in my opinion. He has had opinions on shit that are definitely not popular. Like, he gets so much hate for supposedly every time he talks about a situation or subject, he waits a couple days to see what the popular opinion is and then agrees with it. Well, not really, because if you ought to know, his opinion on iDubbbz to me is fucking insane. For those of you who don't know, iDubbbz made very racist videos back in the day where he said the N-word and a bunch of slurs, right? And he apologized for that. But then Penguin Zero, Moist Critical, said that he shouldn't have apologized for saying all those slurs and heinous things, because that's just what the internet was like back then.
It's just not that big of a deal. You just made edgy YouTube videos. You didn't ruin anybody's life. You didn't create a fucking army of racists and bigots. The content itself isn't bigoted content either. You used edgy shock humor.
Like, what fence is that shit on? Keep in mind, by the way, guys, iDubbbz back then was literally spewing slurs out of his mouth, and Charlie's like, yeah, this is just edgy shock humor. Dude, I've watched comics, white comics, doing stand-up in the 90s, and they weren't doing that shit. So what are you talking about? This was like 2014. So yeah, in my opinion, definitely not a fence-sitting take. If that to you screams fence-sitting take, holy shit, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, what Confederate Twitter community space was he in for him to think that that was the popular opinion? Because I'll tell you what, that's definitely not the popular fence-sitting take opinion. And that right there is the thing that I want to point out. You ever notice how anytime someone doesn't have the fence-sitting take, they look like a horrible fucking person? Because think about it like this, you guys. Murder is bad, okay? The fence-sitting popular opinion take would be, yeah, I agree, murder is bad. But the not fence-sitting take is to just say, you know what, I think murder is good. And then you just look like a crazy fucking weirdo piece of shit. You see what I mean? Not being a fence sitter basically means you need to not be a good person. And something that I see a lot of people always say is that, like, fence sitters never provide anything good or productive to, like, discourse or the conversation. They're audience members at the end of the day, which I just don't get at all, because when you think about it, there are two opinions, okay? One opinion thinks this, and another opinion thinks this. One of those opinions has to be the popular, more correct opinion, right? So why is it that the fence sitter provides nothing to, like, the conversation at all if they are literally siding with the popular opinion? Like, they are choosing a side. And look, I don't agree with fence sitting at, like, the core of it, like actual fence sitters, okay? But what I'm saying is that you guys throw shit around and terminologies and words everywhere willy-nilly to the point where it doesn't mean what it fucking means originally. These words mean nothing anymore. Everybody's a fucking fence sitter now. Like, you would get called a fence sitter for saying that pedophiles should go to jail. And don't get me wrong, this is a purely online thing. I've never once in my actual real life scenarios have ever gave my opinion on something and have someone be like, lame, tomato, boo, this is lame, make another take. I've never had that shit happen to me IRL. You know, because I surround myself with very sane individuals, but I can only imagine what that scenario would look like in real life, if somebody would just be like, fuck you, this is lame, this is lukewarm. Like, yo guys, did you just see that Billy got ran over by a car yesterday? Oh my golly geez, I really sure do. They go find the culprit and lock him up. Lame, lame, this is lame, this is a lukewarm take, fence sitter. The fuck? I'm so sick and tired of your fence-sitting taste, dude. Why couldn't you just be like, well, maybe the driver needed to get to work? You need fucking help. If this were to ever happen to me for real, I cannot explain how, but if a dude were to do it, that motherfucker's name would be Jude, and if a woman were to do that to me, her name would be Chrysanthemum. I'm not gonna explain how, that's just how I view it. Or Crystal, a bitch named Crystal would do that shit for sure. Like, whatever happened to the unpopular opinion? Because it used to be pretty tame, you know what I mean? Like, the unpopular opinion back then used to be like, you know what, guys? I'm actually a Jake Pauler, not a low gangster in the Jake Paul versus Logan Paul beef. Now it's like, you know what? I think Kanye West would make a good president. Like, what the fuck? And the funniest thing about this whole thing, you guys, is that I've made countless videos where I take the unpopular opinion. It's just that nobody watches them for some reason, yet I still get labeled as this like generic lukewarm fence-sitting take commentary style YouTuber or some bullshit. This was a long time ago, but I made a video talking about like the Lunchly situation between Dan TDM and like KSI, and I took KSI's side when the popular opinion was Dan TDM is right. And guess what, guys? I got a lot of hate for it, as I think it's my most disliked video on my YouTube channel. So like, that's what I mean, you guys. People that crave the hot take just want you to be an asshole that doesn't agree with anything. Like, for some reason, they think it's cool for them to have an opinion that most people don't agree with, when in reality, nobody really gives a fuck and they just think you're kind of weird for it. And here's the thing, I'm not trying to hate on hot takes or the unpopular opinion, because I think they're actually very interesting and they can create very fun conversations. But when it's only fun when it's about actually fun topics. Like, again, I am all for like hot takes on sports or anime or shows or literature. But when it starts coming down to various serious shit like wars or fucking racism or murder, that's when I start to be like, okay, what the fuck? Because there's a very stark difference between, I think Solo Leveling is the best anime of all time, to I think murder is good. Like, those are two very different subject matters that can't be looked the same. They have to be viewed differently. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna share some of my own personal hot takes that I believe in, instead of these random hot takes that people want me to believe. Like, I think the age of consent should be lowered or some stupid shit like that. One Piece is the worst anime of all time. To me, there should be no reason why an anime should have over 1,000 goddamn episodes and have filler episodes. In my opinion, any show with filler episodes in it is automatically a horrible anime. Like, the show's pacing is so bad that there are people out there that are making a show called One Pace where they actually pace the show normally. When you pace all the episodes normally, each episode is actually about like 12 minutes of actual content. And people actually come up to me and say, yo, dude, One Piece gets good at like episode 346. Why the fuck do I need to watch 345 episodes of pure dog shit for your 1,000 episode anime to get good? And then my last hot take that I'll leave with you guys is that swimming and track and field are not sports. In my opinion, they are showing of athletic skill. Like, the 100-meter dash is just who is the fastest motherfucker on that track, right? For swimming, it's the same. Who is the fastest swimmer out of all these people here? What is sport about that? Like, when I think sport, I think of like strategy, defense, offense, a point system. That's what I think of. Like, football is a sport. Baseball is a sport. Basketball is a sport. Swimming and track are like the same thing to me as powerlifting. It's just who can lift the most weight. Like, dog, in my opinion, esports is more of a sport than swimming and track. So there you go. Those are my hot takes. Real, actual, fun, kind-hearted hot takes. Guess what? I already see it, bro. People are gonna call me a fence sitter for this. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna end this video off by saying this. I am a proud fence sitter. Because here's the thing, you guys. Fence sitter doesn't mean what you think it means anymore. In my opinion, what fence sitter has turned into is you're a morally correct and good person. So yeah, if you're offended by what I said, fuck you. I don't care. That's my opinion, okay? At the end of the day, you're offended at what I said because what I said applies to you. But anyways, guys, you're gonna wrap this video. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Ring that bell notification. Do all that fun jazz. Join the Discord down below. We do a lot of fun stuff down there. I think we have like 17,500 members there as of day of recording. And yeah, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TheAngryAsian69. But I hope you all have, I hope all you guys, have an amazing day. Stay strong, stay safe, and stay happy. Peace!